We made it to Expo 2025.
And we're giving you our first impressions so that you can better plan your visit to this incredible event. Come with us as we walk you through Expo 2025, checking out the pavilions, the wait times, the crowds, the shows, and tips to help you figure out what to expect. Okay, we have been at Osaka Expo now a few hours and we're resting. Where are we resting?
We're in the middle of the park in a, what's it called?
The Forest of Tranquility. The Forest of Tranquility. Keep in mind, this is late April. So as the days progress, the weeks and months go on, it's going to get blisteringly hot. We know that.
Yes, we do. We've been here many times in the summer and it's hot.
Unbearable. So this place will get crazy in that regard. Your first impressions overall?
Absolutely outstanding. It has been wonderful.
It has exceeded my expectations.
Yes, it has mine too.
You know, we read about delays and glitches and technology issues and that sort of thing early on in the early days,
Yeah.
but honestly...
We have not experienced any, and when we were standing in line, I guess it was 30 minutes that we stood in line at the gate, and we were able to get online and check our tickets, and no problem at all with Wi-Fi.
No, we had good internet service throughout the whole
And
time.
we still do have good internet, so.
Everybody's been real friendly. The staff has been great. They're everywhere, willing to help out, and the visitors have all been really
positive,
very
excited.
Yeah, excited. It's an amazing place. I tell you, the thing that's impressed me is the enormity of the size of this place. We went up on the Grand Ring a little bit ago, and can't believe how big this thing is.
Yes.
The people are ants on the other side. And
really, truly.
We've only explored maybe not even a quarter of what is here. We're at the West Gate, and to give you an idea of the scale of this place, there are pavilions that go beyond me this direction, but if you look over my shoulder, this orange sphere, you'll see the outside portion of the Grand Ring. There are thousands of people up on top of that. What that means is the bulk of the expo is beyond that, inside, and the ring continues on around, and there's more beyond it at the East Gate. It's simply a big place. Now, a moment ago, we were at the West Gate over that way, pointing out the outside edge of the Grand Ring. And over here to my left, you see the orange sphere that I pointed out to as a point of reference. Again, this place is big. Now, something really nice is if you have a day pass, you can come in the morning and leave and go back to your hotel to rest. We did that yesterday because we get tired. We're old. So we left around 1:30, took the train back to our hotel, kicked our feet up for a couple of hours, and came back specifically for a concert we wanted to hear, and stayed until about 9 o'clock. And when you leave that late, be prepared for large crowds because everybody's making an exodus. There's a huge water light display in the big lagoon area over there where thousands of people line up, and when that's over, everybody's heading for the exits. Now, if you're going to Yumashima Station, which is the subway station, surprisingly, they did a wonderful job of routing people. We kept moving. We never stopped until we got to the train. It's a long way because they route you around the station and then down inside the station. And they do that to spread everybody out so you're not bunched up on the platform, at the train platform. But it took a little longer to walk, but it was smooth. The transition was good. So applaud them for that planning.
Yes.
Prepare for the lines. You know coming into this that it's going to be very busy, and it is very busy. You might only, if you don't have reservations for pavilions, you may only see 2 or 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 pavilions, depending on the time. Early in the morning, and how long you stay. But the lines can easily be an hour plus, easily in some of the more popular pavilions. Also know this. When you get into some of these pavilions, you are in a processional of a program. You can't leave and get out early. Once you're in, you're committed, and they might be 20 minutes to even 30 minutes in length. So be aware of that. Now, a number of people have asked me about the Expo ID. Of course, when you're online, you've got to have an Expo ID to create your account to purchase your tickets online. However, we've not used an Expo ID facial recognition, not once. All we did at the gate was show our QR code, which we had on our phone, and I'd also printed them out too. And if you have a reservation for a pavilion, All you'll do is use that same QR code at that pavilion. They'll scan it, and they know that you've got a reservation, and in you go. That happened to us. That was this morning. Worked just fine for us.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Now here's an update. We have since learned that due to so many complaints about the complexity of buying tickets, you can now purchase what is called an Expo Quick ticket without need of an ID, either online or at some convenience stores. However, to make pavilion and event reservations, you still must have an Expo ID and digital ticket. As you'll often find throughout Japan, locating a trash can is often challenging. The same is true at the Expo. There just aren't that many. And when you do find them, you need to figure out how to dispose of your trash, such as we discovered with the help of this very friendly staffer.
Now, something else that's very important is you're going to use your phone a lot to search the map and taking pictures and selfies and all that kind of stuff, just like we're doing right now. I haven't only seen one place where you can charge a phone. Now, I've got a battery bank that I carry. Unfortunately, as those of you who have them know, they're very heavy, but bring a battery bank with you to charge your phone. But we did find just now an electric bus demo where you can go in, sit down,
Have
relax.
air conditioning,
which is very important. And they had chargers where you can plug in your phone. Bring
Yes.
your own cord, bring your own cable.
Well, they had a couple that had a cord.
Yeah,
Don't know.
questionable if they worked, but bring your own cable just to be safe. But there are a few, at least one that we found, the
Yes.
electric bus station.
But we really weren't looking for them.
We weren't looking for them that much.
So,
but
could
they're
be
there.
more.
They're there.
Yes.
Something to think about is you can bring your own food. We mentioned that before, I think.
And water bottles.
And water bottles. If you bring your own water bottle, there are very few. I haven't seen a water fountain.
No.
Period.
But we've seen lots of
Water
water bottles.
refilling
Yes,
stations. But that comes with a line. So just be prepared for that. Now, a little side note, some of the restrooms are pretty creative. Some are very traditional. Some of the more creative ones have your wash stands outside where the toilets are. And I saw one guy, they have a big spigot. He just took his water bottle and filled it up there and skipped the line. That was pretty smart.
Pretty smart.
Mhm.
Yes.
Keep in mind that there are about 40 large country pavilions, but most countries are represented in 3 or 4 commons areas, which are like large convention centers, with each country having a small to medium-sized display. The displays are somewhat limited, but these do not require reservations and are easy to get into and out of. On a hot day, these will likely become pretty popular as a way to cool off. Now you may be asking, John and Josephine, what are the best pavilions to visit? That's a loaded question with a different answer for everyone. While there are certainly more elaborate pavilions than others, no two are alike. Your experience will differ from others, and that's part of the beauty of this place. The shapes, the colors, and sizes of these buildings vary incredibly and are a feast for the eye from every angle. Each design is unique, as is the presentation inside along with the technology utilized. Some are more filled with static displays, such as the Nordic Pavilion or Spain, in which you walk through at your pace, viewing the displays around the walls. At others, such as the Electric Pavilion, you pick up an egg, which you assign a color and carry it with you throughout the experiences, stopping along the way to engage in interactive activities that teach you about various forms of power generation. You accumulate points with your egg, and at the end, the doors open into a large, high-vaulted room in which you experience a dazzling light display set to uplifting music. It's one of the more immersive pavilion displays we encountered. Another impressive one is the Kuwaiti Pavilion, which presents a lot of the country's history before having you lay down on curvy-shaped loungers, if you call them that, while looking up at an enormous high-definition screen that fills the ceiling. I can imagine on a hot summer day, this will be a very popular spot. But perhaps our favorite was the Canada Pavilion. If you enjoy technology and scenery, then the Canada Pavilion is for you, as it does an amazing job of presenting both, by which you're given a handheld scanner type device with which you carry throughout, walking into a big room filled with what looks like icebergs. As you hold the scanner up to each iceberg, a computer graphic design pops up, transforming the barren iceberg into a lush landscape, or perhaps a cityscape. You are even taken up into space to the International Space Station and can see the astronauts floating in front of you. It was quite amazing. As much as we wanted to visit the Japan, France, and USA pavilions, we were unable to get reservations, and the lines to these were simply too long. Of course, nearly every pavilion has an underlying theme of environmentalism and sustainability, as that is the overall theme of this expo. Some come with a human rights bent, such as the Women's Pavilion by Cartier and others. The point is, there is something for everyone's tastes. So for us to say, this is the best one, it may be right for us, but not for you. So do your research before attending and then go from there.
Well, that concludes our introduction to Osaka Expo 2025. We're back at our hotel, relaxing after some full days. I've got my sweet Krispy Kremes, and Joe has her
Bonchi.
Japanese
crackers.
and a little coffee. So, your ending impressions?
It was exceptional.
Exceptional, and it was. It really exceeded our expectations.
Yes.
We highly recommend it. So, if you're in Osaka from now until October 13th, definitely put it on your calendar. Tickets are a little easier to get now than they were originally because the organizers have changed the way it works.
Yes.
So definitely do it. It's well worth it in our opinion, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All righty.
Now, since you watched this video and learned from our experience, please click the like and subscribe buttons so we know we did something right. And be sure to click the notification button so you're made aware each time we post a new video. We can't do this without your feedback, so please share this video and channel with others, and thanks for watching.